Okay, good evening, guys. Welcome to my latest vlog for today. Alright, okay, so tonight, okay, we'll be doing some DIY upcycling a pair of old computer cords and turn it into an extension power cable. Alright, so okay, things we need, right? Of course, the power cable, right, and right, a Phillips screwdriver, right, one cutter, right, a side cutter, electrical tape, and a multi-tool, okay, courtesy of CDR King. Right. So, right, so, right, okay, this old computer cords is from my old desktop PC. I'm doing some spring cleaning and found them right in one place of my other stored items. So since I've been moving or doing some renovation, so I decided to, instead of like maybe disposing of it, turn it into something more useful. Alright, so alright, so right, okay, so right now, okay, I've already cut off both ended, right, okay, and exposed the 3 wires. Right, okay, what I'll be using is the yellow and green and the blue wire, and do the same thing. Oh, by the way, this pair came from one same computer unit, right, so that's why they have identical internals. Alright, so okay, and the good thing about it is they can be right, connected together like that. So I'll just make sure I secure this later. Okay, but anyway, alright, I've already stripped some of the wires, alright, for this. Now, again, I won't be using the brown wire, so I'll just keep it there, right, and right, so just make sure you have enough length, right, okay, and make sure you twist it. Now, okay, you'll need to do both, right, ends, right, for that. Alright, so next is, right, I'll put this right into this. Alright, so right, just get your Phillips screwdriver. Okay, I partially opened it. Alright, okay, just to make sure, double check it inside. It's from Omni. Alright, okay, so it's a good quality plug. Alright, there you go. Now, good thing about this is it has a secondary holder, so no chance of what to call, right, pulling it out and making a mess out of it. Okay, so you just have to lift one of the screws high enough, and in order to insert the strip copper wire and twist it. Alright, make sure you twist it properly, okay, and securely, like that. Okay, so if you could see that, okay, it's been twisted securely, right, and then right, you screw it tightly. Now do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so that's one. It's quite secure. Not too tightly, because right, if it's too much, you might just destroy the copper wire itself to flatten it too much. Okay, now again, just high enough, not totally removing it. Alright, and use the other one. And again, just try to twist it. Now this one can be a little bit tricky on the second one, so normally what I would do is take off, alright, completely the screw, right, in order to secure it. Alright, okay, so like that. Alright, and twist it around to secure it. Like that. Then screw it back in place. As you can see, okay, harden the lighting. Then screw it securely, not too tight, just enough, like that. Okay, so now that is supposed to be 3 pieces altogether. Now, like I said, I won't be touching or using the brown one. Alright, okay, but what I'd like to do is just put it in there, right? But I will snip it off, right, the excess one. And insert it in there. Now it may not be pretty, but I can put this back in place in here. And then like that. May not be pretty, but I'll be securing that with an electrical tape anyway later. Just enough, alright, to cover the area, right, to protect the wires. Okay, now with that, you will need to use this, right? So right, just enough. Again, you just need to make sure that it will be held in place properly. Now, I wouldn't recommend this. Alright. Again, may not be pretty, but it does the job. Now remember the part, okay, this one, like that's to secure it in place. Now make sure that it's placed in correctly. Alright, so okay, so screw both ends properly to hold it in place. Right, so that should be tight enough. Then I'll be covering this up with electrical tape later. Okay, so that won't be pulled apart anymore because of that. Right, that's the beauty of that. Now, okay, cover it up and secure it in place. Okay, that's one and done. Now for the electrical tape. And like I said, it may not be pretty, but it does the job. Oh, by the way, this is not for outdoor use. This is for indoor use only. Okay? Again, it's upcycling. I've got a pair of scissors handy anyway, so I'll be using it instead of cutter. Right, so that's one end done. Again, not pretty, but it works. Now, okay, for the other end. Okay, so I'll be stripping the two wires again and putting it in. Alright, so I'll be back. Okay, so getting back. Okay, I'm opening up the 3-hole outlet. Alright. Okay, so again, securely place it, and the wires will go here. Now, okay, there are 2 extra holes here in case if you want to mount it on a wall. That's where that hole is for. Right, but there's 2 more, right, in case if you need, okay, to add a few more. But I wouldn't recommend it putting this as a permanent wall outlet. Right, honestly. Alright, okay, this is for temporary usage only. Alright, so anyway, okay, I'll be stripping the wires. Okay, now what I will do is just, okay, nibble off, right, okay, here, so that not to really damage the wire. So again, almost forgot, I won't be using the brown wire. I will just be using the yellow, green, and the blue one. Okay, so let's measure it first. So will it be enough to reach it? Right, so I wouldn't really, I don't think so. Alright, so I'll just need to extend it a little bit more. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so guys, I made it long enough already. As you can see, should be more than enough. Alright, so I'll be stripping it off already. Okay, so again, like I said, what I would normally do is strip it off this way, giving it enough room. There you go. That's how we strip it. That's how I do it. That's one. Twist the wire because it's braided, right, so that it will be firm enough. Okay, now for the other one, holding it in place again using the side cutter. There you go. Pull it apart, twist, here you go, and twist. There you go. Putting it in there, putting it like that. Okay, so we're going to make sure the wires travel this way, and the other one that way. Alright, so it should be good enough. Alright, so let's take it out. Same way like before. I normally just make sure there's enough, okay, so that you can twist it easily, like that. I'll do the other one. And just make sure there's enough so that you can twist it properly, just like that. So that when you screw it back in place, it's secure. Okay, so we got both screws in there. Now, oh, by the way, wait, we need to remove this. Should be easy enough. Yeah. Alright, so like that. So far, make sure there should be enough space there. That's one. That's two. Alright, okay, so let's screw it in place. This one first. Okay, not tighten it too much first, because you'd like to make sure the other one is now also put in place properly, like that. There, you can tighten it now because the other one is already in place. There you go. That's good. Now, okay, put the piece that holds them together, or that will not allow it to be pulled apart. Make sure it's put properly. Here you go. Nice and tight. Again, not pretty, but it does the job. Now, I would take this out because this has the capability of shorting things out, which is not good. Don't leave those screws inside. Alright? You can use them later, but for now, don't leave them inside. Okay, so put it together. Oops, sorry, upside down. There you go. Okay. Seal it up. Again, this is for indoor use only, not to be used outside. If you're gonna use this outside, it should be temporary and avoid getting it wet. Right? Avoid wet or damp areas. Right? Not to be used in any of those types of conditions. Okay, so again, this part, right? Place some electrical tape on it. Just to make sure it's secured and it will not open up. Okay, that should be good enough. Again, it may not be pretty, but it does the job. Okay, a little bit of cleanup. Okay, so for this part here, okay, so like I said, this came from a computer connection before. Alright, so, oops, sorry, okay, should be good enough. Okay, now just for a simple test. I have a charger here with the end being right, okay, power up with an LED light. Okay, so as you can see, the LED lamp, okay, has already stopped glowing. So we're gonna plug it in. Right, okay, my outlet is, the nearest one is right over there. Alright, so let's plug it in. Right. Okay, so again, it's hooked up together. And I'm gonna plug this in and the LED light should lit up. Alright, so oh, there you go. It's working perfectly. Alright, again, make sure it's off. It's completely off. It's from a Samsung charger, by the way. Alright, so again, it's powering on. Okay, so I would normally use a multi-tester, voltage tester, but okay, oh sorry, that one fell off. Right, didn't plug it in firmly enough. Sorry about that. Okay, and putting this as test. There you go. It's working fine. Now, I can permanently secure this, but right. Okay, I will just use a good old electrical tape to secure it in place. Alright, so again, right, this isn't to be used for outdoor or meant for outdoor use. This is for indoor use. Okay, and I'm just upcycling some old materials, right, in the first place. Okay, so here we go. These won't get pulled apart easily. Right. Okay, so it should be good enough. There we go. Alright, and this is one lengthy, right, upcycled, right, extension cable by yours truly. Okay, so anyway guys, right, thanks for watching. Till next time.